Hey everyone, it's your girl again back with another video. And in this video, we're talking about the content library. Now, this is part of a series. I've talked about how to create a basic proposal writing process from start to finish. And I recorded several different videos on how to create that proposal writing process. And I talked about establishing a proposal schedule, essential documents for the kickoff meeting, having your kickoff meeting, and then now we're talking about the content library. Now, I believe in starting where you are. When you don't have a proposal library, the first thing you need to start on is the executive summary. So, the boilerplate information, that's just old proposals, writers that you didn't sanitize and stuff. So, what I want you to focus on is getting a executive summary, then your resumes, because the reason why I say these are the most important, because as I was recording one of my videos for proposal writing and for one of the series, I did the past performance questionnaire. So I'm definitely going to add that one to this video as well too, the past performance questionnaire. Okay, now the reason why I say that is because I found you a perfect example. Start where you are. So, say you found out this opportunity, you don't have your content library, and you want to start building a content library. Start where you are. So, if you haven't bid on anything, but say you decide you want to build on something. So, the first thing you're going to do is open up that opportunity, right? So, you've opened up this opportunity and now you know that you want what they're asking for. They're asking for an executive summary. So that's going to be one of the first documents that you have to build in your content library. And then you're going to rinse and repeat. You're going to keep using this over and over again. So if you open up another requirement and that requirement asks for an executive summary, you won't have to start from scratch. So that's what I mean when I'm talking about the content library. And as you continue to open up different proposals, requests for quotes, or requests for information, or sources sought notice, you're going to notice the same narrative. They're asking for some of the same things. So having that content library helps you to get a head start, and you're not doing everything from uh just from the start. So then you see, you know. So we got to have the executive summary. So what I would do is, and then put a little note. Do you have it in your content library? So use the document from your content library. But if you don't have one, then you create one. And then but you see why, when you're going through reviewing all your documentation, getting everything ready for, if you're going to outsource it to your proposal writer, these are the things they're going to need. They're going to need because they don't know your company. Now, if they've been working with your company for a while, they probably have it already on file. But if they've never worked with your company before, how do you think they're going to learn about your company? How do you think they're going to learn about what you do and what it is that, if you have subcontractors, if we just need to know. And if you're going to subcontract any portion of that assignment or that project that you're going after, I would say project. So next thing they're going to ask you for normally is resumes. So let's see. Hold on. Let me get the highlight. They're going to ask for resumes. Oh, let me delete that. Here it is. Resumes. Now, do you have your resumes on file? So when I say, I'm going to keep saying this over again, the resumes is going to be mostly in a lot of mostly all your, because they're looking on that resume to see if you've done it before. Have you done this before? And if you have, where? They're on that resume. Each resume must include sufficient information to demonstrate that the proposed individual has the education, expertise, and knowledge, experience to perform the work identified in the key personnel section of this RQ. So you see, and then this one tells you not to exceed 3 pages. Most resumes I see have 5, 6, 7 pages. I mean, because we've been working for years, but you have other things in that resume, like, oh, I was a program officer for this, or then I worked nursing for this, and then I was doing contracting for this. Make the resume designed for this opportunity, customized for this opportunity. Okay, they don't want to know that you was a, CNA in your past lifetime when they're asking for a program manager. You understand? Now, if that's some portion of that CNA that you were using, that saying that I was the project manager over all the CNAs and something like that, that could be different. But make it specific for that opportunity. So if they asking for a program manager with a PMI certification or whatever they're asking for, then be sure they're looking for it on that resume. Now, the offer shall provide pre-screened staff to ensure the ability to obtain a security clearance. So this one, they're telling you right here, they better be ready to get a security clearance. So if you already know that individual, you as the business owner have to pre-vet this company and get them ready to be on your team. So if you know they already got issues, then please don't put their resume in, because you see this one requires security clearance. And then this one even says the resume shall not be more than 2 pages in length for each. So now they've even put more of a restriction on you. So I always recommend that you do a 2 page resume, because most times they ask for a 2 page resume because they're just looking for what, 3 to 5 years for some experience. So that way it's easier to evaluate 2 pages versus 5, 6, 7. And this 5 companies came and sent in quotations for this. You see how it can be very burdensome on paperwork. And then the last thing I always recommend to having a competent library is, no, not the last thing. That's one of the last things. The past performance. And then just use this as your first template to build in your past performance section of your past performance. And I always call it a past performance, right? They put all this information on the doc, on a Word doc. So it's easy to copy and paste. If you get a past performance questionnaire as such, you just copy and paste all the information in here, and then you can keep moving on. And then the final thing we should have is our price quote. Okay. We got a price quote. They're going to ask you for your prices, and they're telling you what to do. This one is not to exceed 2 pages for the pricing. And they might even have a section here for the pricing. You would just read the proposal and find out what all the information is. But these are the 4 documents that you could start with building your content library. So as you continue to go after things, so these are the basic ones that you need to start off with: your executive summary, your resume, your past performance write-ups, any forms that you fill out, have your forms section of your folder. Start thinking about your management approach, because as you um, continue to work in government contracting, and if you're going after RFPs, they're going to ask for it. Request for proposals, they're going to ask for a management approach. Then some of those RFPs are going to ask for a staffing plan. And then as you continue to build your content library, just keep listing the new docs and just put the name here, list, and then just keep a running living document to know what documents that you have in your content library, and that's going to make it easier for you to respond to opportunities. Because every time I'm trying to train small businesses who want me to do their proposal writing, they don't have a content library, they don't have a process, and so things are not organized and they're very chaotic. So it'll make it, and then they wonder why there's distress. Well, because you've made it very chaotic. The team cannot easily access the documents they need to do what they need to do. So you're anxious and and have all that anxiety and stress, and then you are pushing that energy out to your team, and it's not going to be very good for your team, the organization, and writing a very good, comprehensive, compelling, persuasive proposal. So once you have these things in place, then you can focus on the content, putting your win things in, getting okay, our proof points together. Can we prove this? Have we done it? And how many times have we done this thing? So that way we can put ourselves in the best possible light, so the contracting office can, oh, I know these people are good, they know what they have, they've done the work, they have it done, and then they focused on the content and not just documents to put in the proposal. That way you can really focus on how to explain to them, because the person who wins the contract is the person who explained it the best. Okay, just like in the Olympics, the person who wins first place is the person, and it could be just by 2 seconds, but they won. It could be 5 seconds, but they won. Only one person is winning this contract. Not everybody winning it. There's no first, second. There's only the first place. There's no second, third, and fourth place. So the goal of writing proposals and putting a proposal writing process together is to win contract awards. That way you can grow your company. All right, y'all, that's it for today's video. I hope it was helpful. See you in the next video. Bye now.